There we go.
What? There's two.
Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Warcast. Having a look at the week's Wargaming news, although this week it's pretty Games Workshop heavy, as due to technical issues last week, we didn't actually manage to get through everything that we were looking at, and if we had, we probably would have overrun. So we're gonna stick with Games Workshop for the time being until we can get better at being more concise about what we think of the week's news. So I'm Ben, and this is also Ben, or Bear, who will be...
I'm Ben too.
Ben too. Okay, so if there are any audio issues, which is the main thing I'm worried about at the moment, please do tell us in chat. If there are any other issues, don't tell us. You know, we'll watch this back later and we'll cry a little bit inside. Okay, so Ben, we're on time.
Yeah. On time, and we have an agenda. And we're not going to go over like we did last week.
No, we're going to try and be good. And we're going to try and keep this to half an hour. I'm actually going to keep an eye on the time this time as well, because that was one of the problems last time.
Yeah, I've got it in my view. So, first up then.
Yeah, Cities of Sigmar. Just up on pre-order to yesterday. So my weekend is merged into one day. So all of these fantastic old models, which actually from some of the pictures that we're going to go through, let me just try to expand this picture up a little bit, as it's a little bit on the small side. Yeah, so from some of the artwork, it's not going to let me do it now.
It's alright, we can see it anyway.
Yeah, so I really want...
Doesn't matter about making the picture bigger.
Okay.
Stop doing things.
Alright, I haven't moved everything over to one side, have I?
You had done, but anyway, carry on.
Okay. So, yeah, so all of these fantastic fantastic old models that are now going to be able to be used with Sigmar. You know, all of the well, for me, it's the steam tanks, the ones I've got them in the picture at the moment, and like the I'm going to forget the name of them now. The Griffin Cavalry.
So you got the Griff Chargers alongside of Howling Griffin stuff.
Yeah, all of the old Empire stuff. That's some of the stuff that really gets me. But there's more to it than that. You know, you've got the Hydras and things. They're all coming in. Some Stolen Cold ones are in there as well. But yeah, so some fantastic artwork, and you can see that everything it fits with the feel.
Nice to be able to have an army that is not just going to be one singular army.
Yes.
In other words, being able to have bunches of elves and have, you know, elves with men with other bits and pieces. So, yeah.
Now, this is one of the things I'm slightly worried about, and I think we mentioned it last week. Not that anyone would have seen that because it crashed and went horribly wrong. That is, according to the Warhammer community article, all of the battle line in Cities of Sigmar.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Depending on who they can ally with.
Well, yeah, there could potentially be some problems, but I mean, you know, I'm sure they'll only be able to ally with other order units.
Yeah. Well, yes, it will be order, but I mean, I don't know. There is always that thing, isn't there, that you end up with cheap units that can become really big stacking units that have.
I think they'll probably have some sort of ruling for that. I don't think you'll be able to sort of get away with taking really cheap units like Empire Halberdiers or whatever as your battle line unit, and then it gives you access to like 5 Star Drakes or something stupid like that. I think they'll it won't be that silly. I don't think.
The Pentadrake.
I mean, taking War Hydras as battle line units, I mean, that's cool. Who doesn't like having an army full of monsters? But, you know, I think it will work out quite nicely. But until we have views of inside of the books and knowledge as to what's going on with their battle lines.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only spitballing that it will have that we potentially could see an issue with it. But, I mean, I'm more excited for the ability to use all of these units. In fact, I'm slightly gutted that I got rid of a High Elf army recently.
You guys do have some sort of... Oh no, I got rid of all my dwarves and my elves. Damn.
Hello there, Fallon. Yeah, good or OP? Necron Warriors, good or OP?
Let's not start something like that. Anyway, moving on, because we've got lots to... Well, we've got a few things to cover, so...
Yeah, so, good. See, you're keeping me on track. This is...
Yes.
Good. A quick couple more images of some bits and pieces from that. I mean, you know...
So, having them show cannons and things like this, it might be nice that they might be bringing certain models back, because I'm pretty sure at some point there was a lack of certain things like cannons and such on GW's website. So, for the people who do like the older models, that'd be quite nice to see.
Although it might be the same as what we've been seeing with the Lord of the Rings stuff and some of the really old Age of Sigmar the old fantasy models where they do a week of reprinting.
Well, there is that, but I mean, if they do, then jump on them because they're cool models anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's continuing to add them to the circulation, which is good. I mean, you might not manage to catch them at the time, but hopefully, you know, you'll be able to get them in some way, shape, or form. It means that the pool is not constantly depleting. You know.
No. Well, I mean, most of those models should be in Finecast anyway, so it should be, or Failcast, whatever you want to call it. There you go.
Can you tell I picked?
That in itself is just a very cool model. Not only is it Carl Franz, but obviously, you know, you have so many different options in that box for that model, and I do love that one.
It's that and the knights behind it, but it's in the Sigmar setting, and it's so nice. Like I've got the fallen pillars for the realm of Sigmar stuff. I mean, mine need finishing, but
well, it's nice to see the like instead of just it always being look, Sigmar sending forwards Sigmarines. You know, actually having the backup from the other armies now. Who are trying to protect the realm, so that's cool.
So, just a quick thing to check with Fallon. Yes, not OP, strong and stable. How is the sound in the stream? Is that strong and stable?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right, how about that for a picture? Because that is, you've got your
So you got some Stormcast Eternals in there, alongside of the Shadow Hunters, I think they are, or someone like that. So yeah, those guys are pretty cool. Those are elves.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Are they? Yeah, I couldn't tell exactly which ones they were. I mean, obviously, as you know, I was just about to get, I was just about to get into fantasy before the world ended.
Oh, it was glorious. I mean, I had a panic when it ended because I was like, no, Elizabeth. But you know, we're still there. We're still going strong. We just need some update.
Yeah, and I'm sure it will happen soon enough.
Asking soon, please, GW. New Saurus models would be nice, and not derpy-looking cold ones. War.
Now, that is a model.
You're correct. It is a model. It's quite a nice looking model. It's quite an update from previous model.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So I'm going to murder the name.
Go for it.
I'm gonna double check that I'm getting it correctly off the page first before I even.
James R.
There we go. See, this is why you get to say everything, and I stand here, you know, panicking as I can't think how to say the names.
Yeah, James R. Lovely model. Hopefully it would mean that they're going to get some nice plastic models for a lot of their other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they definitely need it. I mean, you've got, you know, if I was to have an Elder army, it would be an Aspect Warrior army. But almost all of it is still resin, and I don't mind working with resin, but the plastic models that they're producing at the moment are so good. You know, you wouldn't want to like invest in a resin army right now when there's all the really nice plastic stuff coming out.
Yeah, around the corner you got some good stuff coming out. I don't have much else to say about this model. To be fair, it's a cool looking model. Elder are not entirely my thing, although I do have a small Wraith army that needs building and painting. Because Wraith, you know.
The thing, I'm hopeful from this that we will now see some more of the storyline continued. Because with all the Psychic Awakening stuff, I mean they're slowly drip feeding it to us at the moment, and I expect we will see a nice big update where they'll basically, hopefully we'll see some good progression in the storyline. Whether that means anyone has to be killed off or not, who knows? But I know they're very reluctant to kill off people, but it doesn't mean that we can't still play with the models. You know?
We should kill off things like, I don't know, Gentlemen. Moving on.
Yes, so swiftly moving on.
Killing Gentlemen. What's up next?
So it is the Orc War Clan. So, yep. Yes, Steve says not moving on, apparently. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. We all love and support Ultramar here. On pain of death.
Anyway, Orcs, because so much cooler than Blue Marines.
Apart from the Crimson Fist. So, alongside Cities of Sigmar, we have the Orc War Clans. We talked about this last time. It's a book combining the faction names. The
Orcs. The Iron Jaws, the Bone Splitters.
That's it, Bone Splitters and the Iron Jaws. Yeah, so we're combining them. Not only are they being combined, but they are getting additional sort of larger combined faction set of rules for the War, which will be cool. And as I think we've said multiple times before, look at these models.
I think I'm going to have to actually do an Orc army at some point. Because they are just... You're not a war gamer unless you've had an Orc army.
Just get the model, take the Wolvos off, and put a salamander on it.
No, it doesn't work. Been there. Had a look.
Right. So we had a poll last time. We're going to have a poll this time. Which is cooler? Cities of Sigmar or the Orc War Clans? I'll launch that now if I can remember how to do it. Start a poll. So for Cities of Sigmar, it is !vote COS. Oh, so that's space COS for Cities of Sigmar. And for the Orc War Clans, it is !vote space OW. Oh. War Clans got 1 vote straight away. Right.
I mean, when you look at some of this, when you look at things from the Cities of Sigmar, you can look at their rules and bits and pieces like that. None of them stand up to things like a rule that is called stab, stab, stab. You know, adding 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by a unit that targets a monster. How awesome is that? Berserker strength. You know, it's just...
Oh, straight in there with a 2nd vote for the Orc War Clans. There we go. You see, they're popular.
See, they are, you know, they're the way forward.
If I was,
it's all well and dandy having lovely looking, you know, Stormcast Eternals with their lovely shiny golden armor and, you know, pointy-eared elves and dwarves. I mean, the dwarves are about the only cool bit going there, but, you know, orcs, naked fungus running around the place.
Right, Orky time. Now,
what's next on the list of?
Now, has that not loaded?
Oh yes, the blank model.
Yep. Okay, why has that not loaded? Next. It's gone back to Cities of Sigmar. Bear with me as I skim back through everything. See, we had to have a couple of technical difficulties.
Yeah. What was next for the chat anyway?
It is. Ooh, this is interesting.
It's not right.
Yes. What we'll do is I will very quickly get rid of the
You need some technical difficulties music.
We do. Yeah. Be right back. Ben has broken something again. Alright, select.
I mean, there's only a couple of other things to chat about.
Yes.
And one of them is so short, it was an update, and we don't really need to go much further into it.
No. Let me just see if this works this time. There we go. So, I think I'm more interested in this than you are. But, oh my god! Look at the firepower on that.
Yeah, autocannons, hunter killer missile, and assault cannon.
Assault cannon. Wow. Now, it's been a while. I mean, as a group, we're about to play a Heresy campaign again. But deep striking land speeders were always a bit of a sort of like surprise glass cannon type thing, especially if they had 2 multi-melters on them. But wow. Like, that is a lot of shots. That's not only is that surprise, I'm going to hurt a lot of your light tanks. That's surprise, actually I'm going to shoot one of your infantry squads and mince a load of them. So you've got a real. It's quite a flexible choice there, and a lot of firepower. And you don't have to deep strike it; you can hide it.
Hmm. I mean, for 30k, obviously, for everyone remembering that 30k was armor facing vehicles and such. Yeah, for getting that behind something, it's just gonna open up anything that's not really Land Raider-esque, and yeah, but it's gonna be fragile in itself.
Yeah, but it's also. I mean, that's a lot of long-range weaponry as well on the land speeder. I mean, what autocannons 48-inch range, the hunter killer missiles are 48-inch range. Yeah, one shot, but still, that means that you can start the game hiding, pop out, shoot a load of stuff, and then try to move around blitzing some infantry or something.
Yeah. It's a nice model.
Yeah.
It's very cool to have autocannons on.
Right, I am trying to pass through all of the pictures. Ah, there we go. So, big FAQ update.
Oh, there we go. We chatted about that. So, moving on.
Yeah,
not much else has happened with it.
there are a few little changes here and there, but well, they even say it in the article. Really, like match play, they're kind of happy with how things are. They're not going to put in any more beta rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're probably going to have to wait. It will be. I think the big balancing act will probably be the chapter review of 2019, which is coming up very shortly, and it'll be points updates. Things like Lord Discordance. If Lord Discordance don't get a points update, tank commanders maybe. Although tank commanders probably need to be a little bit more expensive, and other guard stuff needs to be a little less expensive, and then we might see slightly more interesting guard armies that aren't all tank commanders. Just a tiny little bit of a gripe for me. Where are all the hellhounds apart from Catachans?
Yeah. I mean, as I say, there's not a lot to talk about. There's not a huge amount that needs changing at the moment. Perhaps some.
I'm waiting for the Iron Hands comment.
Well, yeah, there is. Like, Iron Hands do need a bit of nerfing. One certain blue chapter just needs to be completely written off. You know, some skeletal style warriors probably need to get some of their rules nerfed. Some sort of cult needs to have their flamers nerfed. I don't know.
Necrons, though, I reckon Necrons could be solved with a few point adjustments.
Yeah. I mean, they're not. It's not that bad. It's just, you know. To be honest, as it stands at the moment, the ones that I would say that definitely need to look into would be Iron Hands and Death Guard, which unfortunately are both the armies you play. So.
Well, you know, I could always do 1,000 Suns if you wanted.
Yeah, but they're not that bad in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, so let's just do a quick. Let's do the pre-orders for today. Let's do so look at the pre-orders. The bits that went up for pre-orders yesterday. Like we said, Cities of Sigmar. That's a lovely book.
Yeah.
Orc Warclans. Again, lovely book.
Cards. I think that's a big thing that even 40k needs.
Yeah. I haven't included the dice and the cards and everything into the last couple of pictures here because we know they're there. I just I haven't included the dice, which by the way have already sold out.
Which ones?
The glow in the dark ones for the. Yeah, I know. I know you bought.
Yeah. Couldn't really afford to, but you know, you got to have these things before they disappear because If you have a look on eBay now, they're probably like 40 odd quid. People don't even have them in their hands. Damn you, scalpers!
Yeah. But yeah, again, these models that went up for pre-order. Did you grab them in the end?
Yeah.
You're a very.
I mean, look at that model though. You can't look at that King model without sort of going, "Damn, that literally portrays how the King comes through Aragorn in the film. Like, it's just incredible." And while obviously those two other models are supposed to be something a bit different, they are just standard bearers, and standard bearers are needed for, you know.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at how many times a standard bearer has made a difference in some of our games. I mean,
yes, yeah, that reroll is pretty handy.
Yeah. Oh, and he gave me some more pipes for my acelings.
Great. Anyway.
Okay, so
what's up next?
Moving on to, so there are a couple of things Games Workshop have talked about this week that we haven't covered because, surprise, surprise, today they came up in the what's going up on pre-order next week.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, forgot the gobbo. He's small, of course I forgot him.
I've not even seen this one, that's cool.
I know.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this will probably be coming out around Christmas time, I imagine. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's cool. I like that.
Right, will it go on to the next image now, or is it going to be... There you go. So,
yeah, I like this, and I'm so annoyed with GW that they didn't bring something out like this when I was a kid. Because now I have to, as an adult, stand there and go, pew, 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 pew. And come on, they need to start. They need to think this one through, and they need to either make an orc or a tyrannid.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say tyrannid. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs something so that you've got something to, you know. Yeah. And I reckon they need to do the same thing that they did with the pop figurines, and they need to bring out a grayscale one.
Yes, well, I can't imagine that they won't eventually do a grayscale of this.
I doubt they would do because it's with Bandai, but it's... I mean, it's not hard to repaint the thing anyway, so... you know.
But yeah,
he's cool.
That is very cool. Let me see if I can go on to the next image, because if the next image works... Yes, it does. Perfect.
It's great. With 50 posable joints, yeah. You know, changeable hands. It won't be long until someone decides that they're going to make, you know, Thunderhammers, Power Swords, Power Fists. You know, I can't wait to see all the conversions that people will make.
I can't wait to see you do a Thunderhammer and a Salamander style cloak.
I mean, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
it just might take all of my crafting ability.
Okay, everyone donate. We will get Ben loads of green stuff, and he'll make this happen.
Yeah, I want to know how much the price is going to be, because, you know, if a box of 10 Space Marines is 35 quid or 25 quid or whatever, how much is one 8-inch tall Space Marine? I mean, that's a knight sitting right there, and if it's not the same price as a knight, you might as well, for a knight faction, just buy those and convert them. And then when GW turn around and go, well, you can't use that in the tournament, you go, it's 100% GW product.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
the Bandai logo clapped on.
It's an Imperial Knight with the was it the Avenger Gatling Cannon and a Paragon Gauntlet.
Yeah. 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 If it's 8 inches tall, then, you know, there's scope there to be able to use Action Man guns to convert. You know.
Yeah,
I think it's very cool. It's one of the best things that they've brought out.
and for you, you'd need the full squad of 10, Thunder Hammer on the sergeant,
Yeah.
the grenade, the
Hand
underslung
flamer.
grenade launchers.
Yeah, need a hand flamer.
Yeah.
Might even be lucky enough to make the hand flamer work.
Tiny little can of deodorant in there. Don't try this at home.
Oops, I've set fire to the house.
Right. Well,
no, he's cool.
I'll let him rotate one more time, and then we'll move on to the next one.
What else we got?
I've gone back to Cities of Sigmar because it doesn't like me. I'll tell you what I'll do. Now that we don't need the rest of the pictures, I will delete them out of the folder that they're sitting in. And then I will reload this again.
Well done, he broke it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, we talking about what's coming out next week?
Yeah. Right, so yeah, so the Bandai thing is next week. And also, there we go. So you've got another warband coming out.
Some ghouls.
Yeah, ghouls and Felbats as well, which is pretty awesome. I like the one with the pike. I think that's my favourite one. Oh, actually, no, I hadn't seen the one with the meat hooks. Yeah, I think it's quite good. I mean, like it's flesh eater counts, isn't it? They
Yeah.
I do, because it's difficult to think what else they would end up with in a warband.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much else. Maybe a zombie or something in there instead, but
Yeah. But yeah, again, it's another nice warband in there. But you know, as nice as that is, it's the Blackstone Fortress stuff that is now coming out as an individual box with just the models in it. There's a lot of cool models in that set, and now they can be bought separately in a separate box.
yeah, very cool models. Nice to have them being able to separate.
And the cultists of the more recent set as well, with that one with the really, really, really cool flamethrower.
How did we guess that you was going to love that?
Well, you know. And final two things, we've got Blood Bowl. So we have a Saurus and Skink team, and some little chameleon skinks in there as well.
Saurus. Yeah. Saurus, King, and Chameleons, and an old school Croxigar. Croxigar. Which is nice. But the current models for Croxigors that are Finecast would be awesome as well.
Yeah.
So
I think again, it is
there's
made
one
to,
of them.
the Croc score is the made to order one.
Yes. Yeah. But if you was to buy yourself the Croxigors that are the Finecast ones currently, there's one that's got, he's holding up a mace like that, which you could easily sort of just bring his arms a bit further apart and make it so he's got the ball on. But yeah.
But yeah, I think again, I mean, you're obviously the what should we call you, the resident expert on lizard men, or Seraphon, or whatever we're going to refer to them as.
Well, these are lizard men.
Yeah. Without
I really like these models. I think they're really quite cool.
Yeah.
And it gives you, as a Seraphon player, or even a Lizardman player, it will give you hope that there's a chance that those Saurus in the back, which are got some nice poses and stuff, obviously in a round basis, there's a chance that GW might, do something like that with actual models. So
I can see it happening. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the kits are now quite dated. They're still quite nice. We won't be mean about one of the particular kits, which I think we've both said in the past we're not big fans of, but we'll be good. We won't rip into a particular kit because you know.
Saurus cold ones. No, I'm not gonna hold it back. Right, at the end of the day, the Saurus cold ones are not great models. Like the cold ones themselves are derpy looking. I know there is a big difference when it comes down to Lustrian cold ones and the Dark Elf cold ones, but still, like if you can have Carnosaurs the way that they currently look, even the old Carnosaur, if you can have Stegodons and the current Stegodons, Basiladons, and Dreadsaurians looking as ferocious as they do, and Pterodons even, Ripidactyls, even some of the skinks, what happened to the cold ones? Also, little gripe, what happened to horned ones?
Yeah.
Miss horned ones. Horned ones were great. So there you go. Might have to pick up that set for myself. Moving on.
Okay, so that's the last of the Games Workshop stuff. Like I said, we're trying to keep it in time. We're already coming up to 40 minutes when we were trying to keep this to 30. So I'm just going to quickly go over a Kickstarter. The links will be in the link to the video on YouTube. This is a Chaos Knight option, or optional arm weapon. It's currently on Kickstarter. Den of Imagination, who again I will put the link in the group in the YouTube chat. They're a painting service, and they do some phenomenal work. I have them on Facebook, not because I intend to use them myself, but because I like the occasional bit where they put one of the really professionally done armies up, because they do such lovely work, and I love seeing their pictures pop up. So I've got them on Facebook just for that reason. They are doing a Kickstarter for a Chaos Knight weapon, and oh my god! For me, the one that I really think of when I look at this, I'll move it across to the. So that was the concept art picture, but this is the 3D modelling picture. If it changes to it ever. No, it's gone too far. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete everything in this thing again and just leave the final image in there. But yeah, so I mean, from the concept art image, which is still on the screen for the time being, I reckon, probably Slanesh feel Knight, I think, with that weapon, because it was like all the. I feel like the one that fits normal looking body parts like arms and things on that scale Slanesh is the one that I feel suits it the most. I don't know about you, Ben. I mean, you're not as big a fan of Chaos as I am.
Yeah, I like Chaos, just not as much as you do. Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I think it's a really like a little job that they've done. It is very much a. So the actual main body of the weapon, when you have a look at the actual 3D render of it or whatever, it does feel very much a bit sort of Slanesh-y. But then the front faceplate of it kind of feels a bit corny, should we say? Especially also having like the spikes and the chains and stuff around the guns. I think it's fantastic. I think they produce something quite nice there. They're not asking for a huge amount when it comes to getting the gun itself.
I mean, what are they? About
and like you say, it's
40% of the way through by the looks of things.
Yeah. I think they're about 40% of the way through, and 27 days to go. I think it's well worth a look. It's where are we? That one. And like you say, they are fantastic painters. If you just literally go and have a look at their page, it's, I mean, some of the stuff on there is great to look at. So to help out a company and everything. Yeah.
Let me try this one more time
Wait,
so I can get the 3D render up on the
Put me
screen.
right off.
I shouldn't be allowed to do anything like this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, see? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's both rapid fire battle cannon and the Avenger Gatling cannon with the with the heavy stubber, and I'm guessing probably the heavy. It is a heavy flamer. That's the. I should know. I have a couple of nights with them, and I always forget to fire them.
But yeah, no, really, really good. Definitely go check it out. I think it's like 18 quid to get one of the guns.
Yeah.
So.
It's.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing some of those on the battlefield and in some of the Facebook groups.
Yeah, definitely. Well, how on earth has this happened? That is us for this week, and we've actually made it to the end of the stream without too much going wrong, other than my images.
I've kept you in track.
Yeah, and it's only taken us 42 minutes. This is amazing.
Which means we've still got some time to do some gaming, which
we
is
do.
something that potentially we should think about streaming and letting people watch some of the games.
Yes, yeah, especially it's normally our little bi-weekly painting group, isn't it? Because I suppose we're trying to do it once every 2 weeks.
Yep.
We do enjoy playing a couple of games. We're all playing Northgard at the moment, which is a lot of fun. Ben,
Also have access to be playing Warhammer Total War Games,
yes,
which is cool. I need to get you guys to play the Isle with me as well. So
yes, yeah, and I think basically anything dinosaur related with you, isn't it? Do you want to show off your T-shirt? I'm just going to get everyone to play Minecraft with me.
No.
Alright. Well, if you like this video, please like it on Facebook. Well, I might put it on Facebook one day. Like it on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Please follow us on Twitch, because that's the one that I'm really promoting at the moment. Come and see us at Warcast on Facebook. That's where most of the news gets put up. Where all of the current sort of bits that we're running keep popping up. For example, my random tournament army, which is almost painted. Whenever we put up a bat rep, which we have just filmed one. We filmed one the other day. That will be going up shortly. Come join us. Subscribe, like, tweet, comment.
Subscribe and like. It doesn't take 2 seconds to click.
Yeah, that's it. It only takes a couple of seconds to click, and it only takes a couple of seconds to do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
Alright.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm losing the plot now. It's time to sign off.
Yeah.
Right.
Till next week.
Yeah. Thank you very much for
maybe
watching
not
us.
next week, because I think I'm busy next week.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to have to get someone to stand in for you.
No worries. Right. See you later.